Hey there Tone Chasers, I'm Robert and welcome back to Tone Chase Basement. Today we are exploring the importance of one of the weirdest, most unique and hard to find effects in its original form, the Harmonic Tremolo. And to explore these magical sounds, we've got the Anasounds Aegis pedal, which is just a prime example of what Harmonic Tremolo can do, and trust me, it's going to blow your mind. But of course, before we dive into it, please hit that subscribe button below. So, what exactly is a harmonic tremolo? Well, unlike your traditional tremolos that only modulate the volume, harmonic tremolo splits your signal into high and low frequencies, modulating them separately. Think of it as having two tremolos at the same time, each affecting different parts of your signal. So once again, the low and high frequencies are put out of phase and are being modulated completely separately, and this interaction between the high and low frequencies creates this phase shifting effect, which gives the harmonic tremolo its signature, wavy, almost swirly sound. Harmonic tremolos and the Univibe, which is almost the same effect, are evolved from the idea to mimic the legendary Leslie Rotary speaker. So the goal with these kind of effects, simply said, is to change the pitch of your notes in a cyclic way, rather than changing the volume like a regular tremolo. The result is a sound that's both hypnotic and musical, almost like it's alive and breathing. So because the high and low frequencies move in opposite directions, you get this movement within your signal that feels very organic and dynamic, almost like a conversation happening in your signal. And this complexity makes the harmonic tremolo incredibly versatile. So you can dial in settings to make it sound like a subtle shimmer or crank it up for more dramatic pulsing effects. And this is why the Anasounds Aegis pedal is such a fantastic tool to explore this effect, because you can really fine-tune and dial in all these modulations to create a sound that is uniquely yours. Harmonic tremolo first made its mark in the late 50s and early 60s, notably in some vintage Fender amps, and it added a unique texture to the music of that era and used by legends like Bo Diddley and Buddy Holly. This effect was a game changer, providing a lush modulated sound that was unlike anything heard before. In the 60s, the harmonic tremolo became a staple in surf rock, giving bands like the Beach Boys that iconic shimmering sound. It was perfect for that undulating waves of sound that defined the genre. Then in the 70s, the psychedelic rock scene embraced the harmonic tremolo to create these dreamy, otherworldly textures, and bands like Pink Floyd and Jefferson Airplane used it to add depth and dimension to their music, enhancing the mind-bending experience of their live performances and recordings as well. And Led Zeppelin, for example, they also explored the possibilities of harmonic tremolo, using it to add a unique, swirling quality to their guitar tone. And this era saw the effect being used more creatively and often in conjunction with other effects to create those more complex soundscapes. Then the 80s brought a new wave of musicians that rediscovered the harmonic tremolo particularly in the alternative and post-punk scenes. So bands like The Cure or the U2, for example, used it to create those moody atmospheric sounds that defined much of their work. It was during this time the harmonic tremolo started to be appreciated not just for its retro charm, but for its ability to bring a modern, edgy feel to the music. Then in the 90s, the indie rock and grunge explosion saw bands like Radiohead and Soundgarden pushing the boundaries of sound with harmonic tremolo, and these artists used this effect to craft more intricate layered guitar parts to add an emotional depth and more complexity to their music. So throughout the decades, the harmonic tremolo continued to evolve, finding its place in a wide variety of genres, from surf rock to psychedelic rock, from post-punk to indie rock. Its distinctive undulating sound has left a recognizable mark on the musical landscape. You can hear how it adds that wavy modulation to the sound, and it's not just a simple volume change but a beautiful interplay of frequencies, and it's very musical. So this Anasounds Aegis pedal is very flexible and versatile and lets you explore more advanced tones as well. So with the right settings you can mimic the Rotary speaker effect, the famous Leslie sounds, or get that classic Hendrix Univibe sounds, or even some phaser-like tones as well. The versatility of the harmonic tremolo is really incredible, and it can take your tone from a very gentle wave to a swirling vortex. Of course, the harmonic tremolo isn't just for one genre. You can use it, for example, in blues to add depth to your solos, or in psychedelic rock to create that dreamy, trippy vibe, or in indie rock to create that atmospheric background. But of course, it's not just for guitars, you can use it for other instruments as well, like keyboards, to add a layer of complexity and richness to your sound. The Aegis pedal is just a fantastic modern take on this classic vintage effect, crafted by Anasounds, a boutique pedal company based in France. Known for their high-quality handmade effect pedals, Anasound combines a very unique, stylish design with all these carved wood visuals and with a deep respect for vintage tones. It's versatile, intuitive, and sounds phenomenal. So while using a full analog signal pad, they blended it with the benefits of digital technology for many possibilities. So let's check out its controls. So first, the depth knob. It controls the intensity of the modulation. Turning it up increases the depth of the harmonic tremolo effect, making the highs and lows more pronounced in their phase shifting dance. The out is the volume, of course, to set the output level of the pedal, ensuring that you can match it perfectly with your bypass signal, or to add more saturation if you want to. The tone control determines the accentuated brightness or darkness of the effect sound. And then this knob here is something like a multiplier knob, so it adjusts the speed of the modulation. So you can dial in anything from slow gentle wave to fast choppy tremolo. First you can set the tempo with the tap tempo switch and then play around with this knob to set the wanted rate. And now comes the interesting stuff. So there is a switch in the middle which you can enable, and then by the dynamics of your playing and the playing attack, it can affect either the rate or the depth of the oscillation, and that is really something incredible. Also, with the tap tempo switch when holding, it can go into self-oscillation. And by holding the on-off switch pressed down, you can enter the trim pot mode with extra settings. So when the logo turns blue here, then think of it as you enter the mode where all of these knobs have a secondary option. So for example, the central switch then allows you to alter the waveform of the modulation, giving you options like sine, triangle or square waveforms for different textures and responses. Then the tone control determines whether the envelope increases or decreases the effect and in what amount, while the depth control becomes an attacked threshold that determines when the envelope kicks in. So yeah, the possibilities are really endless on this unit. So this pedal allows you to really fine-tune all these modulations and create a sound that's really truly uniquely yours. And it's a fantastic example how vintage-inspired technology can be adapted for modern use while offering both nostalgic charm and cutting-edge versatility. So if you're a tone chaser like me looking to add rich, dynamic harmonic tremolo to your rig, then look no further because the Anasounds Aegis pedal is a must-have. So harmonic tremolo is truly a magical effect that brings a unique musical quality to your sound. It's a piece of history that's still relevant and useful today. So please, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and ring that notification bell for more content, and please let me know in the comments below how you would use a harmonic tremolo in your music. Until next time. And remember, the perfect tone is always just within reach.